Hi, good evening everyone. Today we are going to do a final presentation on our pizza store. Before we start, I'd like to introduce our team members. We are a team of 3. My name is Lu Boy and I will do a first introduction on our project. Followed by that, Fan Fan will do a demo on the back end. Lastly, Haiqing will do a demo on the front end. Our professor is our product owner. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask at the end of our presentation. First, I'd like to talk about our project objective. This is to deliver a small online business platform that meets the requirements of a pizza store owner. At a very initial stage, the owner has very specific requirements. Some of them are achievable, while some are not. We discussed the requirements in details with our product owner and then transfer those requirements into multiple small user stories. The user stories are saved in our backlog and assigned to a specific sprint time and deadline. For each sprint, we tend to have some deliverables, and we also meet with our product owner each sprint and refine our user stories whenever necessary. So overall, we are using agile methodology in this project. These are the high-level functionalities we have created for our project. Well, I won't go into detail about this because our member Fan Fan will do a demo on this part. On top of that, we also created a web application that consumes our backend API. Similarly, Haiqing will do a demo on this part, so I will leave it to them. Our project result is very satisfactory. We achieve 100% passing rate, and also we have a test coverage ratio like 89%. Our code is relatively easy to run, maintain, and extend. How to run our software is well documented in a README profile. We tend to have a loose compounding structure. Each unit is independent, self-contained, and does not rely too much on other units. We avoid writing long units of code and instead we make it short. Overall, we are following the MVC model for the sake of segregation of duties. That's the end of my presentation. Next, I will pass it to Fan Fan.
Hello, my name is Fan. So now I'm going to go through pizza functionality. First, I'm going to guide you guys to take a look at our code. This is our IntelliJ, and our project is powered by Spring Boot, and we use YAML file to define all our APIs. This is our YAML file. And in the POM document, we implemented OpenAPI tool. So this OpenAPI tool helps us automatically generate standardized API using our YAML file. Why we do this is more standardized. We don't need to manually code a lot of stuff. It also avoids a lot of mistakes. So this is a very easy and very quick way to generate APIs. Now I'm going to go back to our YAML file and just quickly explain how our API is built. We have a lot of tags and we have a lot of passes. So for each passes we define, like for pizza we define post and get. For price we define get, and there's a suggestion number of pizzas. There's only get. Most of the APIs here we only have get. Some we have post and delete. Because a lot of things we need to very carefully about. We don't need to let people to change our stuff stored in the repository. Those are all the response code we defined for all the APIs. And this part is more important, is the definition of our APIs. First, we have pizza. Pizza is an object here, and in the pizza, it has an ID, it has a display name, it has choice of if it's gluten free, its type. The type is another object and has the owner ID who ordered the pizza. And the toppings is an array and defined in the other place. And the base is also object. It contains different like crisp type, like sauce type, like the size. So this is our pizza. The price is also an object, and we have another API called price rule to calculate the price. And the price will be a single double number, but we set as an object to just easily call it. And the price size, this is not part of the pizza. This is how we use to calculate the suggestion number of pizza. It's a suggestion to tell you how many pizza you should order. And we have crust type. This is part of our base. For crust type, we have 4 choices. For sauce type, we have 4 choices. And for topping type, we have 2 kind of toppings, meat and vegetables. And for the toppings, each of the toppings is an object. It has a name. It will tell you if it's gluten-free or not, if it's premium, and has the topping type, meat or vegetable shown here, and the description. So all of the things I just introduced above, like the crust type, the toppings, the sauce type, this will combine into base. So the base will have pizza size, sauce type, and crust type. And the base is one of the parameter in our pizza. The next part is very important too, is the price rule. So based on the component of the pizza, we can calculate the price. The price has an ID that's automatically generated, and we'll calculate the vegetable price, the meat price, the small base price, medium base price, large base price, everything aggregate to one price. So when we make the order, it will call the price rule to calculate the price for each pizza. And the next part is store. Store is a more isolated API. It will just tell you where the store address and the geolocation. Address and geolocation, they are both objects, contains mostly strings, but it's like address line 1, line 2, city, state, zip code kind of stuff. And for geolocation, it contains the longitude and latitude. And the next part is the order. So the process of our API is you create pizza first. And for each pizza, you get a unique pizza ID. And you just get those, gathering all those pizza IDs and put into the order. And you call your order API. The order API will collect all the pizzas and call price rule API to calculate the price. And then you successfully make an order. So the order here will just have the order ID that's automatically generated, the pizza IDs, and the name. After you successfully place the order, you go to the payment API. The payment API, the main function here is check the credit card and just help you pay the order. So what I have here is the name on card, card number, expired year, expired month, and the billing address. When you just input those information, this API will call our repository, which has a valid credit card list, and we'll check if the credit card number we give out is valid or not. And if it's valid, we'll see this order being paid successfully. And the pizza itself has a small type. This part I don't know why it shows here, but should be at the bottom. So the pizza itself, you can be specialty or build your own. Most of the time, I think our pizza will be build your own. Last part is when we do the payment, if they spend such amount of money, we'll give them a promotion. This is very easy. When you do the payment, you will call the promotion API as well, and it will give you this code, and it will also give you the discount amount. So this code will automatically back to the payment, and the discount will be applied to the order. So yeah, that is how our API is designed. And we have all the APIs generated by the Open API tool. We have set up the repositories using MongoDB. It's all hooked up already. And we already pre-stored all the parameters and all the information into this repository. Whenever there's new pizza or new order, we are also stored into our repository. This is our main services: order service, pizza service, and price services. This contains the main logic about how we are going to process the whole thing. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly demo a couple of our main APIs. One is create pizza. As you said here, as you can see here, we already have all the parameter set it up, and I'm just going to post it. Sorry, there was some networking issue. Let's come back and do the demos. I'm going to show a couple of our main APIs. First one is create a pizza. As you can see here, I've preloaded all the information about the pizza, and I'm going to post it. Yeah, this type's quick. So the pizza has successfully generated, and this is unique pizza ID, and it has all the information about my pizza. And the next one, I'm going to use this pizza ID and get pizza price by pizza ID. I put my pizza ID here and I send this GET request and it returned the pizza price 11.47 cents. That's the price for this pizza. The last one, I'm going to create an order. I've already preloaded this pizza information right here. And then I'm going to send it. So then we successfully create this order with a unique order ID. So that's how we create order. And the last things we're going to go through payment. I haven't had a demo here, but we're going to check the credit card and just make sure the credit card is valid. Thank you.
Hi everyone, now let's look at our front-end UI. You can access our web page from here if you are interested. I'm going to start with our stores page. Basically, as you see here, it shows the stores as a street address and also where it is located on the Google Map. That's because our stores API returns the address in two formats. One is the street address, the other one is the geolocation. So we integrated our geolocation with the Google Map API and displays the location on the Google Map here. It's fine if you see these tags. That's because I didn't put my billing information on the Google Cloud Service. You can just click OK. And then you can scroll it and see the locations on the Google Map. Now it's time to look at the menu. As you see here, it shows the price for the crusts and also the toppings. We called our size API to display the different sizes of the crust and also called the price API to display those prices. And also here we called our toppings API and also price API to display different prices for all kinds of toppings. And now it's after you look at the menu, it's time to order. Let me go to the order page. Yeah. So, oh, not yet. Okay. Yeah, actually, before you order, you want to know how many pizzas you want to order. For example, you have a party of 4 adults and 2 kids, and then you calculate based on the how many calories each person need to consume for the meal, and you calculate. Okay, you need to order 1 small pizza and 1 regular pizza. Now we go to the order page, and we choose a regular pizza. Maybe yes, gluten-free, and choose a garlic parmesan sauce and hand tossed crust, and you want probably 3 meat. and for the pepperoni, beef pepperoni and chicken, and also like 2 veggies, for example, onion and mushroom. You want another small pizza, so add new pizza here, and a small pizza here, and no, and sauce one probably barbecue sauce, and maybe crispy crust, and 3 meat, and like beef, pepperoni, chicken, and like okay, just 1 veggie here, one onion, and then after you order your pizza, it's time to submit the order. So basically, this will generate an order ID and the price you need to pay. And now let's go to our payment page. And this is the part we missed here. We haven't linked the payment page with our order yet, but let's try to do the payment here. This is actually a credit card validation. And for example, you are going to pay with a Visa card, and name on the card is maybe Dharma, my dog's name actually, and the card number, for example, here in the expiration date, maybe like August 2055, yeah, and your code maybe 987. Now let's click pay now. It says your payment was submitted successfully, and now actually we need to go to the receipt page. But sorry about this part because we haven't figured out how to generate a PDF in the front end, so we haven't finished this part. But that's actually our front end UI. Yeah, thank you for your listening.